Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome to the first PrinceBrightstar chill stream. So, these streams are going to be a little bit different from how I typically handle things on the channel. Rather than having a specific purpose in mind, such as going through a game that we basically currently got selected through the viewer choice or through my own choice, or me going and covering certain things that I promised I would cover in the past. The idea with the chill stream is basically it's just going to be an open way for really anybody to jump in and join me. It's going to be, for instance, today in Final Fantasy XIV, I'm looking to do some dungeons as I'm leveling up my my main character on other classes, and I'd like to invite anybody that wants to hop in with me. I'm looking to go through the expert roulette, the leveling roulette, and the trial roulette, as well as the level 50-60 roulette as well. Beyond that, though, in terms of what chill streams could be, aside from just level up sessions, they could also be really random stuff. Like, say, I want to do a one-shot on a game. Whereby I basically just go through it in a single session. That might be a chill stream as well. It also gives me a way to go back to older content to say we've completed Final Fantasy XV, for instance, but I still want to go through some of that with you on stream. That is going to be another chill stream that will be coming up in the near future. So it's basically a way for me to kind of just do a bunch of stuff that I've always wanted to do without it actually having to be a part of any specific series here. We could potentially one night just jump around onto a bunch of different games. So it's an idea I've had for a while, and one of the other key things about chill streams is that I may not necessarily have my microphone open for it. And part of the reason for that is what I may want to do is stream late at night. And unfortunately, because of where I am, there are certain rules that I have to respect. I might open it up for a few seconds just to say something, but this is a way for me to basically keep the content flowing, even though I may not have the freedom to speak when I want to. In a full explanatory nature, like I typically like to do with Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star Online 2 and such. Even Phantasy Star Online 2 is open to this, even though we're not going through the story anymore. I still have classes I want to level up on that for, you know, whenever we do return to that. Because I do expect there's going to be some sort of ramification in the future, it's just a question of when. And when am I going to hear about that, essentially. So that's the basic idea of doing a chill stream like this. So if anybody wants to join me for doing some roulettes here in Final Fantasy XIV, go ahead and say so in the YouTube chat here. You do need to be on the Aether server cluster, since that's where my main character is. But as long as you're on there, we'll figure out how to get you in, and so that we can run some dungeons together. What I'm going to do in the meantime, though, is I'm going to switch over to the Samurai that I'm leveling up here, and just for reference, this is where I stand currently with all of my classes. I've been working on this for a long time now, and when I did my test stream back in I think it was late December or January, that was also a stream of me doing some leveling up. And you can see I've made a lot of progress since then. So what we're going to do here, while I'm waiting for somebody to say that they want to join me, is for one, I'm going to go ahead and start up some Beast Tribe quests that I picked up along the way as well here. So let's go ahead and head on over. Let's see. I believe I've got some over in... Yes, over in the Fringes, so let's teleport over to there first. Over to the Peering Stones. what I think I'll do is I'll give it like maybe 5 minutes or so to see if anybody wants to join me. And then if nobody says anything, then I'll go ahead and start into the first roulette that I'm going to run here today. Once again, this is something I'm trying experimental here, but it allows me to basically kind of go unscripted on anything here and just, you know, allow you to interact with me even more than in the past. All right, so we've got this gazelle here. Let's go ahead and take him out. Let me also bring out my chocobo. Alright, there's one. And once again, these quests are for the Ananta Beast Tribe. There is the second one. That clears up one of the quests they had for me. I'll turn them all in all at the same time. I'm actually trying to get over to here where the next quest is available. And just as I noted before, my microphone may be closed, and in cases like this, where there's text on screen, I'll probably just be skipping through it here. Alright, so this guy is attacking us here, now that I said what he needed to hear. Never understood this particular quest. It, for some reason, it centers in on this area when really the quest is actually over here. Okay, so I think with that, that's been about 5 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cue in for the first one I'm looking at here. Let's go ahead and head into the trial roulette here. And there is a small wait on this here, so if anybody still wants to get in and do a roulette, just let me know. That takes care of the Ananta. Let's make our way over to Zenith, actually to Mogholm. Well, actually, they all were in Zenith, so let me do this real quick here. And let's teleport over. Now then, there's supposed to be one somewhere around here. I think they're right here. Yes. Okay. So, aside from leveling my battle classes, I'm also working on leveling up my classes that are basically crafters. So, let's speak to the masonry mogul here. Alright, and so for this one, we need to synthesize some high-quality stonemasonry supplies. So let's go into the crafting log, and let me just make sure we're good for this. I think we are. Alright, so one of the things about these crafting quests is you can just request new supplies if things don't work out. There we go. You'll also note that I'm not in the best of gear for this, and that's fine for what I'm trying to do here in terms of just leveling up. Alright, looks like that first roulette is going to pop real quick here. Alright, so it just popped up. Let's go ahead and switch back over to Samurai. And again, if anybody on Aether wants to join me for roulettes, just say so in the chat and I'll bring you in. Oh, we don't know this guy, or at least I haven't gone through this one in the primary series yet. So this will be a little preview for you for when we actually do this guy's quest. This is a silly little thing I got for leveling up with the, or rather getting my reputation up with the Mughals. I like to just... Just waiting on the tanks. There we go. But yeah, like I said, this is basically unscripted here, in terms of anything happening here, so this is an example. I could not have predicted that we would get this guy, but it is happening as part of the level up process here. Alright, so this guy is summoning a bunch of pads here. Down he goes. This guy's basically a Kologarn ripoff. Doing well. How are you doing today? Responding to in the chat here. Oh, we lost the tank. Well, every game is going to have its fan base. I mean, look at StarCraft. That lasted for a really long time after StarCraft 2 came out. All right, up we go. And down they go. Alright, let's get out the commendation, and let's get out of here. So yeah, a little preview of a fight that we'll be going through in the future in the main series. Like I said, this is unscripted. I don't know what I'm gonna get for these roulettes at all. Once again, the offer is still open if anybody wants to join me on Aether I'm going to be doing Expert, 50-60, and leveling. Just let me know. In the meantime, let's speak to the dexterous Dragonette here. And we're off to save the Moogles. Alright, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and queue up for another roulette. For this one, I'm going to switch over to my Mechanist, and I'm going to queue in for the level 50-60. Yeah, this one's going to take a while. This is typical for this one. I'm just trying to spread out how I'm leveling things up here. And there's still plenty of stuff for us to do while we're waiting here. Alright, so we need to synthesize an exploding Kupo nut here. Here we go. Alright, there we go. I think that one goes over to here. Yeah, so the Temple Knights here wanted to play a trick on the Moogles. Alright, now there's a set I want to take care of with the Amalja. just about done with the Amalja. Just gotta find one more target in here. Alright, back to little Amigo. Alright, so the last set I've got here is going to take us over to the Sea of Clouds. So I believe one of these is going to take us fairly far here. Let me double check though. Yeah, right over here. Alright, so we're just collecting a bunch of stuff here for the Vanu Vanu. And the reason I'm going through the Beast Tribes is twofold. One, I still want to get my reputation up with them, to see what their, basically what their final quest looks like, as well as it's still one of the most efficient ways of leveling up still. Especially when you're looking at the Stormblood Beast Tribes, because one of those is equivalent to about 2 or 3 regular quests. And as I've mentioned in the past, I'm not looking to complete the final couple of areas worth, just because I want to hang on to those and take care of them finally when it's time to actually get ready for what's going to be the the third expansion to the game, whatever Square Enix decides to call that one. But as far as I'm aware, we're probably going to be headed into the Garlean Empire once that comes around. And one of the tricks that I used in preparation for Stormblood was basically gathering up a full set of quests and just turning them all in on that first day when the expansion launched, and that instantly boosted me up like a full level. Granted, I didn't get to see much use out of that because of the issues that happened at Ralbon's Wall and Pippin's Fence, as they're known these days. Alright, let's find that Vanu Vanu that went fishing. Should be right over here somewhere. Here they are. Alright, all the quests are done. Let's teleport back. Oh hey, look at that! We've got enough on the reputation here to go up to the next reputation level. So let's see, Heaven's Ward. Okay, so this is going to take me up to Bloodsworn then. Let's see what Linu Vali has to say. For this, I will actually read through, but if the roulette happens to pop, then we'll of course pop into there. Prince Okgundu Naki thrives more than ever. To think about the hardships Prince helps us through. Linu Valu knows words are wind, but she thanks you with all her heart. Prince is as sibling born in same nest. Linu Vanu wishes to express thanks to Prince as well. Go to him. He is eager to share his words. Ah, Prince, it brings Linu Vanu joy to see you again. For moons does Linu Vanu seek metaphor to express thanks for Netherling's actions. But moon sets and sun rises time and again, and still proper words do not come. However, now that Prince stands before me, it is clear. A Netherling such as Prince is more precious than double, no, triple, rainbow stretching all the way across Cloud Sea. From this day onward, Prince will be welcome in Okgundu Naki as a most honored guest. Alright, we've achieved Bloodsworn. So with Bloodsworn, you get an experience point boost upon completion of any of their Beast Tribe quests. Alright, so these are still locked here. And I think it's... Let me see here real quick. Which one do I still have? That's right. This one is still, I still have to turn this one in. Alright, so before we were getting 97,200 experience, that now goes up to 103,680 experience. And that's what the experience boost is, basically. Alright, so with them done now, what I want to do is I want to still focus on completing other beast tribes. So we've got the Ananta, that's 3. Let's see. Actually, I think we'll be able to push them into the next level here today. So let's head over there first. Alright, and it looks like our level 50-60 roulette is about to pop. Once again, if anybody wants to join me for either leveling or expert after this, just let me know in the chat. You do need to be on the Aether cluster in order to join me. Alright, so though we do have this griffin, I wonder if we're actually going to be able to get through this particular quest quickly enough. Since we're basically next in line for the 50-60. Oh, I actually did not mean to hop off them. Alright, we're good on that quest here, so let's see what else we got here. So we need to take out antlions. Alright, there's the pop. Let's switch over to Mechanist. And let's actually get to a safe spot here before we go in. Because this guy is under-leveled for the area. That should be fine. Alright, looks like Lost City of Amdapor. And as you can see, I've pretty much completely decked out my character with the best of gear that they can have at this particular level. don't try to open those chests. One of them has a mimic in there. And it looks like somebody actually did open it. Looks like I'm dinner. Now, something that I'll note here is when it comes to this particular character and any gear that drops, if anything drops that can be that basically is worked on by an armorer, a goldsmith, or a blacksmith, I will attempt to get that. And the reason for that is because of desynthesis. Desynthesis is basically something that allows you to break pieces of gear down and turn it into something else. That something else I can then go and sell on the auction house typically. Circle strafe time. Or not. I seem to be ticking down in health there. I think I had a debuff. Alright, we've made it to the final boss, Diablos. Unfortunately, we did not find the right one in time. And from what I understand, this guy was pretty hard back in the day as well, so not surprised by this. We're all basically in max gear here. There we go. We got it now. Alright, there's the kill. Alright, so I've still got expert and leveling to go through today. If anybody wants to join me for those and is on the Aether cluster of servers, please go ahead and say so in chat, and I will bring you in. In the meantime, I'm going to continue on with the Ananta Beast Tribe quests. area for this is really small. I'm thinking... Oh, actually I just have to walk right by the wall here. This guy's got a big eye. What was that about eye drops there? Yeah, that's the hard way to kill him. Alright, at this point I'm going to go ahead and close out leveling here. Expert is still available if you want to join me. Okay, and it looks like we can take on another quest for the Ananta here. Oh, there you are, Prince. We have the latest report on Mother's molting. Jolem, if you'd be so kind. The brood mother's skin has become dry and slightly rough. She'll be shedding her skin before long. I'm not worried, though. Even if Mother were to arrive now, I think the Castellum would pass muster. The guest rooms we made have proven quite popular. Yes, but you're forgetting one thing. What about the poor sod who's taken ill? Your mother might find his moaning and groaning a bit off-putting. I was just about to mention that. An Alamican fellow on his way home from Gridania stayed overnight, but has come down with something. We can't tell what's caused it, but he's in a terrible state. At first, we thought the shortness of breath and flushed cheeks were just signs of fatigue. We normally give medicinal tea in cases like this, but that hasn't seemed to work. We'll have to try something else. Hark! Is that the sound of damsels in distress? Fear not, your cries of despair will not go unanswered, for the future none of the M tribe, Mazetia, has arrived. What are you doing, Jolim? Is that any way to treat your would-be savior? Savior? You can save me the trouble of trouncing you again by buggering off and never coming back. Oh, not quite the welcome I was expecting. Wait, is that you, Prince? I'm amazed you're not dead yet. Amazing people is my specialty. So, you're helping the gatekeepers too, eh? It's true what they say, great minds think alike. You two have met before? So that's how you know each other. No, our bond goes beyond that of mere acquaintances. Why, we're like brothers. If you're brothers, it's clear to see which one got all the brains. Is he always so this stupid? I think we can discuss my virtues some other time. Captain Alba, am I to understand a man has been struck down with a fever of some kind? If so, I may have useful information to impart. Go on then, tell us. This unfortunate soul is lovesick. I'm absolutely certain of it. Joel, your violent outbursts notwithstanding, I must admit you possess a rather charming demeanor. Perhaps your convalescent guest has fallen for your feminine wiles and cannot bring himself to part from you? My feminine wiles? I'm a soldier, hardly the sort that has secret admirers. Now, there's no need to be shy. If you ask me, you're the belle of the resistance. Messette, what were you saying about our guest being lovesick? What kind of love makes you sick? The romantic kind, of course. A love that unites those destined to spend eternity together, awakening their true potential. There is nothing it cannot conquer. But don't take my word for it. I will demonstrate the power of love. Come to Pike Falls and bear witness to its splendor. Now this is off to an interesting start for this quest. Remember these? That's right, they're grenades left behind by the Garleans. I want you to throw them at me, just like last time. Stop this nonsense, you'll get yourself killed. Killed? I think not. I have the power of love on my side. Watch closely, everyone, especially you, Joel. These explosions will be like water off an F's back. Nearly died the last time I tried this, but you needn't worry. I've definitely removed enough of the powder. Yes, no doubt about it. Prince, I'm ready. Just keep flinging those grenades, even if I tell you to stop. So, just how many do we have here? Did I forget to take out some of the powder? I'm perfectly fine. Let's try that again, Prince. Yeah. This seems like quite a dangerous way to prove the power of love. Why don't you just write a poem or something? That one was a full-size explosion as well. Prince, stop for a moment. Forget what I said at the beginning. I really do want you to stop. Yeah, let's do it. Ah! No, I had so much to live for. Night-night. He's not dead, is he? I cannot die here. Not today, not like this. The M tribe needs me. I chuck another grenade in. Hooray! He's alive! And it's all because of the power of love. Did the power of love really protect you from being blown to pieces? Perhaps your feelings for me are genuine after all. What? No, you've got it all wrong. One day I'll be none. And I'll have this to serve the needs of every eligible woman in the tribe. I can't commit to just one girl. So that means the reason you survived has nothing to do with love. It must be something else. Well, even if you did have eyes for me, I'd poke them out with my spear. Ah, there you are. Alpha, a certain matter has come to light and... Who's this? A misguided fool whose attempts to impress Jolene failed miserably. Entirely inaccurate. There's no need to be ashamed. You're not alone. My attempts to woo members of the fairer sex always end in disaster. I'll never find a wife at this rate. Gods be good. A man can reach your age and still be a bachelor? In my line of work, I meet women from far and wide, but as soon as I try to talk to them, they run a mulm. The same thing happens to me, except in my case, I think they find my exuberant nature a tad overwhelming. Come, friend, let us share our woes. Why do I get the feeling this was a complete waste of time? And we're not an ilm closer to helping our bedridden patron. Perhaps we should consult a proper chirurgeon. Now that you mention it, Mazette's injuries might need some attention too. Although he seems rather well considering. Forget about him. He'll be fine. He's got Gale's shoulder to cry on now. Let's go to the Reach and ask Aurilla. She'll know what to do. Alright, so that takes us over to Rolger's Reach. Would I be correct in guessing this isn't a Shosho call? I can't say for sure, but it sounds like he's fallen victim to pleurisy. The medicine he needs is fairly simple to make, but unfortunately my supply of lightning cap mushrooms has been exhausted. I'll need you to gather some from East End. Once I've got my things together, I'll go straight to Villadina. Understood. Julem, stay with Lorella and keep her safe. Alright, so East End. That is right outside the castrum. And Alpa's in trouble. I'm lucky you arrived when you did. I know I'm not much of a fighter, but I didn't expect to be beaten by those straggly-looking beasties. Still, I managed to get the lightning caps. We better get these over to Orella right away. Oh, actually, they're at Velladina. Alright, there is the leveling roulette. After this, there's just going to be expert roulette, and then that will pretty much be it. I do believe this might be an entire group of new players here in the Thousand Maws. Actually, I take that back. It's just the archer. Now, I know you're wondering, why do leveling if it's going to bring you all the way back to content at this level? The reason you want to do your leveling roulette is a couple of reasons. One, if you're max level, it's going to give you tomestones that will give you equipment, or rather that you can use to purchase new equipment. The other thing is when you're leveling up, the bonus that you get at the end of it is still large enough that it outweighs the fact that you're not getting that much experience from it. Yeah, what they're talking about in chat here, that's actually fairly common here. Even my class that I'm in here as Samurai, you technically don't get it until level 50, but they had to do something to allow you to play in the older dungeons for like the roulettes and such. And so this is basically the loadout that you get at this particular level. So you get your basic 1-2 combo, you get an alternate 1-2 combo, and then you get an AoE move, as well as a long-range move as well. Part of that is the fact that I don't have my 3 symbols here at this point, and that's because I don't have a way to build that up. You'll also notice that I'm not using my AoE that much, and that's because in order for it to really be worth it, I would need to be attacking at least 3 enemies at the same time. Alright, so the question is, we've got one photocell over there. Is there another back here somewhere? Or are we gonna have to, head backwards? I don't know how all of us missed this at the same time. At least this part of it goes pretty quick. Alright, that wraps up that dungeon, and like I said, you get a big payout on the experience, even if the enemies are low level for you when you're doing the leveling roulette. Of course, if you're not doing the roulette, then you do want to go for whatever the highest level dungeon you can complete is while you're trying to gain experience. Okay, so in about 3 minutes I'm going to open up a run into Expert. If anybody would like to join me for that and you happen to be on the Aether Data Center, please go ahead and say so in the YouTube chat and I will bring you in. Otherwise, I will be queuing up for that alone. In the meantime, let's finish up this quest here with Alpha. Ah, there you are. I've handed the mushrooms to Orella, who is brewing her concoction as we speak. All we can do now is wait. What's taking Orella so long? I hope everything's alright. Have a little faith, Alpa. Ah, here they come now. You'll be pleased to hear that the treatment was a success. How do you feel? That medicine worked wonders. One moment I'm at death's door, and the next I'm right as rain. Nothing can stop me finishing the last leg of my journey now. Just don't overexert yourself, do you hear? It's still too early to say you've fully recovered. If you get so much as a runny nose, be sure to come and see me. Aurella, we appreciate you coming all the way here. Ishana will arrange an escort back to the Reach. Well, I'd say that came to a satisfactory conclusion. No thanks to you. But I could have sworn he showed signs of being lovesick. How did you know? Know what? That I'm in love. I've never beheld such grace, such elegance, such unfathomable beauty. Surely, she is an incarnation of Minfinia herself. That's very flattering, but you're embarrassing me. My fever may be gone, but I yet yearn for your healing touch to ease my aching heart. Aurella, my love, wait for me! I beg your pardon? Don't get downhearted. Plenty more sea in the fish and all that. Yeah, I expected that. If you ask me, this love thing all seems rather silly. As far as I can tell, it leads to a lot of unnecessary bother. In just a short span of time, we've had a guest fall ill, I've nearly been eaten by carnivorous plants, and Mazette has been blown up and beaten several times. I'd say it's high time this place had its own infirmary. We should get it ready before Mother returns. Alright, and that wraps up that quest. Castellum Villadina now has its own infirmary. Alright, we've achieved Honored with the Vera. New Vera Beast Tribe daily quests are now available from Ishana at Castello Villadina. And once again, we can add 3 additional quests. We also have a wider selection of wares from Madhura. So let's go ahead and grab those quests. And let me make sure I'm wearing the best stuff I've got. Looks like I can put on a new ring. Alright, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and queue up for the Expert Roulette. Switching over to Paladin. I love being a tank. These instant queues rock. I will also note that this is the point where I'm going to start to really quiet down here. Alright, let me find a spot over here. So, that's the basic idea of what a chill stream is. It can pretty much be anything. The idea behind it is essentially just to make me more available as I'm kind of going about my normal stuff as I'm gaming, as well as to allow me to extend the amount of time I'm able to actually stream for during the evening, without having to worry too much about, you know, my neighbors and such. So, that's the basic idea behind it. Once again, anything could happen in this. There really isn't anything set that, aside from just a basic idea of what I want to do. But yeah, this was, I think, a pretty good chill stream. I'm hoping some other people will be willing to join me for roulette runs in the future, because this is going to be one of the staples. Certainly, leveling up in Phantasy Star Online 2 is also going to be part of that. But there could be completely random stuff as well in the future. I don't know, maybe, like I mentioned before, maybe we'll do a one-shot. Maybe I'll try doing a speedrun. Who knows? It could be anything. It's basically a way for me to be able to break out of the pattern of whatever game we're currently working on. And yes, Breath of the Wild is coming up fairly soon. But chill streams are going to allow me to essentially do a temporary break on that until, or whatever game we're currently playing. Chill streams allow me to break out of that game and go back to something that I'm either working on a regular basis, or just to do a temporary breakout. And then we immediately get back to whatever we're currently working on. So, thank you for joining me for this first chill stream. I'm not sure when the next one is going to be, but it will be fairly soon. And until then, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. If you want to catch up on this stuff whenever I do a chill stream, please do make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. You can also join me in the channel Discord. Link to that is below in the description. Thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.